Well guys, we're pulling in almost everything we need. Well, we're pulling in everything we need. I just got to fix that shading there on the solar panels. So I'm out of breath. I'll show you why here in a minute. Saturday, I tilled two tiller widths, so what, 2.5 feet I guess. Strip all the way to the back edge of the yard. So what we got is from the back corner along the road, inside the stakes, by the way, so nothing, well, it's far enough off the road. Okay, we're gonna put some corn and beans and squash, and the squash will grow off this way and the beans will climb the corn. So I took 2 sections here. The reason I'm out of breath is I'm scooping up some semi-composted chicken manure from the previous spring cleaning of the chicken coop, and I'm going to spread it here on the soil, and then I'm going to till it in. So that's the plans for amending the soil here for corn, for growing corn, which is already sprouted, by the way. I think I showed you that the other day. I've got breathing protection. Until that's been sitting a while. That's been sitting since spring cleaning. I don't think this is going to take as much as I thought it would. We'll see how many wheelbarrow loads I need. I'm thinking it's going to take 3-4 wheelbarrows, because they say to put 2 to 3 inches of aged chicken manure on your corn row and till it in, and this is only semi-aged. So this is sort of an experiment. We used a lot of our actual compost on the garden, our aged compost. So we'll see how this goes. But I've got a lot more manure to haul over. So I'm going to finish this row and then till it again. Look at the flies. You can tell it's not fully composted in places. Now I put it on pretty heavy. I decided to go thick. I have to spread this out. But I decided to go really thick anyway, because some of this is pretty old. It's up to 6 months old. So that's pretty fair for composted chicken manure, you know. So I gotta go in and get some water and rest. It's probably got to be in the 80s now, temperature wise, and then I'll come and till this in. By the way, got the camper up. You probably saw it in the background. I gotta pull all the stuff away. I still need to trim the sides down and velcro them. I'm gonna make a velcro or zippable door, I'm not sure, but forget the hard door, just gonna make a velcro type door. But I'm surprised, all winter long, now obviously I set up the stove and the table. The only thing was in here was a few dead flies. No rot, no decay, looking pretty good. So it survived the winter just fine. Anyway, we're airing it out. I might use this for some video fun, some overnight videos out here on the cooler nights. We'll see how it goes while we're working on it and cleaning it up. Well, I tilled it 3 times through, and now we got this beautiful, thick, still sandy, but raised bed now of soil. It's definitely, clearly a raised bed. I'm going to rake in the sides when I go to plant and rake it smooth, pull out any grass, but I'm going to let it rest a while today. This evening I'm going to level this off and plant it. Right now I've got to take a break because it's grueling work for me in this temperature. It's hot. This yard is like a desert here, and other people have come here and said the exact same words on their own. It's funny. It's a desert here in the summer, probably because of the sandy soil and the sparse grass doesn't maintain temperature here, and so it's like a desert. So this is a very yeasty smell right now. It's a very weird yeasty smell. So we'll come back to that later and finish it off. Over here I have a single 200 watt solar panel sitting against the frame of my solar panel mount. And it's working. It's on. I'll show you the power inside the electronics lab. But I need to get the Harbor Freight panels here and build another rack for the 2 panels that I have left on the house. And then I'll have everything pretty much attached. I still have some smaller panels sitting up there by the house to connect. We're in float mode, so we're looking good right now. Only pulling in 18 watts out of a 200 watt panel because it's not necessary, because I'm not drawing anything in here much. I've got the Quanta Magnetics Q3 charge accelerator, which is not accelerating anything at this time. I still have to fine-tune it and learn about it. And there's not much information on the internet, so it's a pioneer work. And that's on a battery that I bought for $3 at a garage, or at a from a neighbor guy. There's no bulging or harm or damage to the battery. No date on it or anything either, so I don't know how old it is. The fluid levels were good, and it was at 7 volts when I got it. And now it's at 12, around 12 volts, 12 point something volts. But most of that is a surface charge. So I'm letting that output run on here for a while. And then I've got the Bedini still running on the old golf cart batteries from the original motorhome. And then these 4 Duracells that I bought last year are powering the electronics shop at this time. Setting up a inflatable swimming pool, or sitting pool, we got for free on the holiday weekend. It's pretty decent size. It's an Intex, and they're usually $69, on sale for $39 at this time on Amazon, I think. Pretty decent. It's 18 inches high. I'm not sure if it has a slow leak or if I just didn't inflate it high enough. Looks to me like it's losing some air, so could be why it was for free. The top is losing pressure slowly, but I've had this out for a couple hours now already. Inflating it using solar, inflated it using solar, and we are filling it bit by bit, a little bit at a time, as the sun can provide our power. We're filling it, so that'll take a while. Yeah, it looks like there is a slow leak maybe in there. I don't know if that developed after we got it because it was inflated when we got it. I'll have to take it over to the lake one day and submerge it and do a full test on it. It's the best way to find a leak on something like that is submerge it. Anyway, it's going to serve us because it is 80 degrees and it's like a desert here. It'll serve us well, and Michelle can get used to water. I mean, she has been taking baths, but not. She was afraid of the lake the other day, so we got to get her used to that. I have my inflator here plugged directly into the inverter. I can unplug it now. The inverter stays on now, and I was inflating that sitting pole right here using the solar power directly right off that inverter. So everything is off grid now. Everything we do uses the power of the sun. If we've got sun, we use it a lot, and if we don't, then we're sparing. Well, we're in float mode. The blinking light means float, and we're not pulling any power at this time. I can't see that meter. 2 amps? A little bit. We're pulling some power, but not enough to make the charge controller pull much out of those panels right now. So we're looking good. Pulled a lot of power throughout this day, but it was bright and sunny. So we had plenty of power to burn today, and I used it. Well, it's planted. I planted a multicolored sweet corn in this row and then watered it. We've been blessed with enough garden hoses to reach all the way to the back corner of the property, which is great. That was all in the garage when we arrived. Well, some of them. We had some hoses that we brought with us, but most of those that we had in New York were garbage. I did have a couple new ones though that I brought with me, and one of them, a yellow one somebody may remember, sent me with quick disconnects, actually lives in the greenhouse. So we have 2 hoses, one that comes out here to water the yard and the garden, and then one for the greenhouse dedicated to that. So the corn that we sprouted, I sprouted the corn in the house, and then I planted this whole row myself, and then Melanie's over in the garden just wrapping it up for the night. I'm going to take you over there. I watered the whole front. Well, I watered everything but that section of garden, and I grabbed the camera. She's finishing that section up over there. We have our plastic that stays here in case it freezes, which it can without warning. Now we have just a little strip here that's not planted. You can see where we stopped watering. We just finished corn here in the old tomato row, and we've got potatoes, and here we've got beans and peas, and then that section's still got to be done. So we still have some potatoes to put in, but we put in a lot of corn. That's a good thing. And then over here I want to till another strip, and I want to put popcorn in over here for a section over, maybe half of a strip over there. Well, that's it guys. Not a lot of video, but we worked hard, really hard today. It was a lot of hard labor. It wasn't video exciting work. You don't want to see me shoveling into the wheelbarrow all day long or tilling all day long, but that's basically what we did. So, day is done. Talk to you all later. We did have a break here, by the way. I inflated this fully. We set it up on a tarp, and we had a family time with Michelle, and we all had fun. It's a pretty cool pole. We didn't fill it up all the way, and it does have a leak. Both upper and lower chambers have a leak, so that's probably where we got it for free. Although I don't remember it being partially deflated when we got it, so I'm wondering if the cats got to it before we got it set up. Probably that's what happened, is a cat claw, is my guess. So we'll have to take it down to the lake and submerge it next time we're over there and find the leaks and patch them, because I think it's worthwhile. It's a really nice thing to have, and it was fun. Even if we have to inflate it every time we use it, it was fun. As long as it doesn't sink below the water level and spill the water out, we can still use it every day. And Michelle loved it. Once she got used to the water, she loved it. So it was a really nice find.